for finding the time.
Let's talk about Daredevil Born Again Season 2. This season, I feel like it's a lot more cohesive going in because we had the writer's room shake-up and the director's shake-up in Season 1. Can you talk about how it feels, this season's production, as one consistent through line? Does it feel different than Season 1?
Yeah, I mean, look, I got to sit down in a room with Dario before, our showrunner, before we started shooting, and he pitched me the whole season, me and Vincent, the whole season start to finish. And then they went away and wrote that and we shot it. So that feels great. So, whereas, you know, look, they did an amazing job both in the writer's room but also in the editing room with Season 1 and how they kind of Frankenstein that stuff together. I to this day, I don't know how they did that. It was a mind, can't say that word, but you know, credit to those guys, that was really amazing. But it was really fun to be like, feel like we were shooting a start, middle and end. And Dario is an amazing writer. He's really tells a tremendous story. I felt like the thing he did in this season, which was really impressive, which he really fleshed out some of the supporting characters, and we really get to see their world and their experience of this world in a way that in the past has maybe sometimes felt a little bit red herringy. So we get a lot of great Michael Gandolfini stuff and Heather Glenn, Margarita's character. So there's some really cool stuff coming.
Red herring, see what you did there. Red, Frank Castle.
Oh, I didn't do that.
But. Speaking of Frank Castle, you and Jon Bernthal have the highlight scene of Season 1 of Born Again. That conversation you guys have.
Yeah,
when you shot it on the day, did you feel like that was going to be one of the conversations fans took away? And how did it feel to just hear that response?
Well, here's what I heard, which is a kind of cool story. I don't know if it's true, but we shot that the last day before the strikes.
Wow.
So after that, the next day we didn't show up to work. We shot that scene, and then the next day they showed up and we didn't shoot again. And everything else happened that we know about. But what I heard was when they were then looking at the show and editing it and putting it together, that scene made it by one day. And they showed that scene to some of the high-ups at Disney and Marvel, and they saw that scene and they were like, this is great, this is the show we want to make. And that was part of part of the narrative behind shifting direction and continuing down what we had done previously, which is, you know, tell a kind of a very dark, sinister version of Daredevil.
Wow.
So we are grateful to Jon wrote most of that scene as well. So we're very grateful to him for potentially leading us back on track.
And it's exciting because we're going to get more of him in his television special coming up very soon.
Yeah.
One thing I'll wrap with, I know we can't talk really anything about plot details of Daredevil Born Again Season 2. One thing everyone on the internet has seen is that snazzy black suit you got on.
So
when
cool.
I was walking up here, I passed someone in that cosplay that's explaining to Denai behind the camera that I was like, that suit's not even out yet. That person's going based off of just photos from the set. How'd it feel to finally rock the iconic logo?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I've been waiting for those interlocking tees for about 10 years. Wasn't sure if I'd ever get there. I wasn't sure they'd ever entrust me to have them, so I'm thrilled. It's, you know, normally when we're shooting with a new suit, there's a lot of security. I'm wearing a cloak the whole time. We try to keep all the stuff on a rooftop or inside, so we don't give anything away. And this was the only time where I was like secretly hoping I got paparazzi'd because I was so proud of it. I wanted it to be seen. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm chuffed.
Kristen, thanks so much for taking the time.
Good to see you again.
Welcome back to the Marvel Universe. You're having a banner year right now.
Yeah.
How does it feel to get to talk about your, fair to say, most iconic character in Jessica Jones? How's it feel?
It's so fun. It's so exciting. I love Jessica, and it's just so exciting to be back. And she's the coolest character ever, and the fan reaction has been so massive. I mean, the appetite and the fan fervor is what really, I think, brought her back ultimately, and it's awesome. It's so rad. I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah, fair to say fans kind of willed this one into existence?
I think so. I think the fans and are allowed, and I think it's pretty cool that it goes to show that if you're allowed and the character is really, really wanted, they're going to come back. So, pretty cool.
I know the cast on screen is familiar to people you worked with in the Netflix era, but behind the scenes, what things feel different, whether it be tonally, execution-wise, what feels different about this iteration of Jessica Jones within the Daredevil universe?
Yeah, so I'm not going to do any, I just can't with the spoilery
No spoilers,
stuff.
no
but,
spoilers, no spoilers.
You know,
production elements.
Yeah, the production elements, you know, this show has a very specific color palette, which is cool to see on the day. The production value is massive. Like, this is a big show. Like, there's cranes for every single thing you could think of. Every day there's like multiple cranes. It's a really big production. They put a lot of money into it, which is awesome. And there's a specific Daredevil tone, you know, and obviously Jessica fits into that pretty seamlessly.
I know you mentioned no spoilers. I don't even know if I can ask this question, but wardrobe's a big thing with the Daredevil universe.
Yeah.
We've seen some pictures of what Charlie's threads are going to look like in this next season. How satisfied are you with whatever Jessica's got on?
I'm very satisfied.
Very
We look
satisfied.
cool. We look
Okay,
cool.
I feel like that's all we can say at this point in time. Well, hey, we're all looking forward to Born Again Season 2.
Yeah.
Congrats on being back.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Nice to see you again.